Best time 4:09, but still nice to get a victory.
Now we get a chance to see the top 8 qualifiers from this morning in the women's 400-meter freestyle, the world record and American record held by the United States, Katie Ledecky, 3:58.37. That was set on the Gold Coast last summer on August 23rd. As we begin to show you our top 8 qualifiers. As always, we started lane number 1, representing Swim Florida, 16-year-old Kendall Brent will work all the way to the middle there. In lane number 4, the top qualifier, 2-time Olympian Elizabeth Beisel, coming back from that injury that she herself has admitted and noted. She's not allowed really to do any strokes at the moment, so freestyle is her thing. Hannah Miley, this is her 3rd race of the night. She was the 2nd best qualifier. But for Beisel, as we look at that, a national team member, Rowdy, we talked during our meeting, 10 years on the U.S. national team.
It's hard to believe the fact that she's still only 22 years of age and has been around so long. Hannah Miley, 25 years of age. She's been around a long time. It seems like forever ago that I saw these 2 young swimmers break onto the international scene, and now they're here. They're seasoned veterans for both of their countries and big-time leaders. I know the United States desperately needs the leadership of Elizabeth Beisel along with her great swimming.
Well, I saw you joking around with Elizabeth earlier. Of course, as we've mentioned earlier in our telecast, she is coached by Greg Troy at the University of Florida. What do you think he has said to her? What do you think she wants to get out of tonight's swim?
I think just to kind of get the feel back of racing. I mean, that's the big thing. Right now, for the last month, she's been rehabbing, as she's told us last night. And it's a big difference in rehab and actually getting up and pushing off the blocks and getting that push off the walls. When we talked to her last night, Craig, I think you asked her the question, what hurts the most? And she said it's breaststroke, which she won't have to worry about tonight, and also pushing off the wall. So you're gingerly coming off the wall, off of each wall, and that could be a big factor. You've got to have that explosiveness coming in and out of the turns.
Kirsten Jacobson at the bottom of your screen, challenging the leaders. She represents Barrington Swim Club. She'll be close to the lead, actually flipping in 3rd. It is Hannah Miley. As I mentioned, her 3rd race this evening. She's done all of that, Rowdy, in 72 minutes.
It's unbelievable. These swimmers have to do that. We've seen Missy Franklin over the years do that so many times. She did that at the Olympic Games where she had 15, 20 minutes in between events. So most of these swimmers are used to this kind of grind to get up there time after time. There's Elizabeth Beisel right there with that blue cat, staying right there with the leaders. You know, I asked her off camera last night, I said, you know, has it been good for you to actually kind of get a little bit of a different feel of the water, losing your kick and concentrating on your upper body? And she said in some ways it has, because all she's really been able to do is freestyle and backstroke. So it's really come back and helped her freestyle a lot. A stroke that she has improved on dramatically over the last few years.
We're coming up to the halfway point, but you just brought up something very interesting in terms of almost having to relearn a stroke coming off of injury. It forces you to find that new feel. Elizabeth Beisel has moved into the lead at the 200 mark. That's the halfway point of our 400-meter freestyle, 1/10 in front of Hannah Miley. Beisel's touches in 2:05.52.
I still think it's incredible that Elizabeth Beisel is still up there based on what she's had to go over the last month. Again, it's a groin injury. It's not the end of the world, but still, there's nothing worse for a swimmer like Elizabeth Beisel, where the kick is so important, and still, here she is fighting for the lead and coming in with 3 lengths left to go right there with Hannah Miley, who, by the way, has also been spectacular, and this is her 3rd race of the evening.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, won't it, when they flip and have 2 lengths of the pool left, 100 meters. Miley, even though she's tired, she is race ready and seasoned, as opposed to Beisel, who's trying to find that race form. And as you remember, Rowdy, sometimes on that final lap, your body can fail you if you haven't been racing.
I understand that a little bit, Craig, and you're right in some ways, but in others, it's like riding a bicycle. She knows that feeling. It doesn't take long to get that feeling back. She, like you said at the very beginning, she's been around 11 years, so she knows how to do this and do this quickly, and she's a racer. Not sure there's a better racer that I've ever seen than Elizabeth Beisel. Well, I take that back. That's a grand statement, but she is an incredible racer. She's a great grinder. She gets out there. She's not the most talented swimmer.
I tell you what, sorry to interrupt you, partner, but look at that on cue. Just as you say that, Beisel has gone to a completely different gear. Just roll the tape back and you will see the change in stroke, the change in kick cadence. She is now taken this out of Hannah Miley's hands, and Elizabeth Beisel is one lap away from winning this event here, the women's 400-meter freestyle. And what a statement this would be to the rest of the world. After roughly a month off, a month of rehab, Elizabeth Beisel is back in a big way in an event that really isn't considered one of her best. She is going to win here in Orlando, Florida. It's now just a question of the exact time. She was 4:07.29 as her best. She is 4:10.99 in her win here this evening.
Wow. What a special swim for her. I know she's got to be happy with that, knowing what she's been through the last month. And by the way, she negative split the race, Craig. 2:05.5, 2:05.4. Really nice swim for Elizabeth Beisel.
That is how you win a distance freestyle race. And frankly, the 400-meter freestyle isn't even considered distance anymore. Elizabeth Beisel, in her first race of the meet, she takes gold in the women's 400-meter freestyle. Another great night here in Orlando, Florida for Rowdy Gaines and everyone here at Universal Sports. I'm Craig Hummer. Thanks for watching.